The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 by Howard Carter is one of the greatest archaeological finds in human history, opening up a series of questions and mysteries about ancient Egyptian civilization. This tomb, located in the Valley of the Kings, not only impresses with its remarkable preservation, but also with its unique position. With its small size and no signs or inscriptions on the surface, King Tut's tomb was perfectly protected from tomb robbers for thousands of years. Therefore, when Carter discovered it, the tomb remained intact, providing an invaluable insight into the life and beliefs of ancient Egyptians. Howard Carter, though a skilled archaeologist, did not have an easy path to this discovery. He devoted much of his life to studying Egyptian relics, and despite numerous setbacks, he remained determined to uncover the hidden secrets. After discovering the tomb, Carter documented and handled thousands of precious artifacts, from thrones and statues to glittering gold items, contributing to an invaluable treasure trove of knowledge about this civilization. The discovery of the tomb was not just an archaeological triumph, but also shed light on the life, art, and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. One of the most prominent artifacts is the golden death mask of King Tut, made from 24-karat gold and inlaid with precious stones, symbolizing the power and artistry of ancient Egyptian civilization. Other items, such as jewelry, chariots, and gold objects, not only helped archaeologists better understand the royal lifestyle, but also reflected the development of art, technology, and culture in ancient Egypt. However, this discovery also raised questions about Carter's motives and actions. The suspicion that Carter may have taken part of the treasure from the tomb for himself led to doubts about ethics in archaeology. Letters and information from Carter's friends suggest that he may have applied a one for them, one for me policy, keeping some artifacts for himself. Furthermore, later findings, such as the surprising material composition of the golden mask, made the story of King Tut's tomb even more complex. Despite the controversies surrounding Carter's ethics and motives, it is undeniable that this discovery has provided the world with a deeper understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. Archaeologists continue to study the artifacts and mysteries surrounding King Tut's tomb, and future discoveries may continue to shed light on the untold stories of this famous pharaoh.
The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 by Howard Carter was a groundbreaking archaeological event, not only because of the treasure it revealed, but also due to the ethical questions surrounding the excavation process. As mentioned in the previous section, King Tut's tomb was well preserved and almost intact for over 3,000 years due to its hidden position. When Carter discovered it, the tomb remained untouched, providing the world with invaluable insights into the life and beliefs of ancient Egyptians. However, the story does not end with the glory of the discovery. It also comes with questions and controversies regarding Carter's actions and ethics throughout the excavation. While Carter is celebrated as a hero in archaeology, a skilled scientist dedicated to studying Egypt, recent evidence casts doubt on his true motives. As discussed earlier, although Carter was a talented archaeologist, he may not have been just a great explorer, but also a man with personal ambitions. One of the controversial issues was the possibility that Carter followed a one for them, one for me policy, keeping part of the treasure he uncovered for himself. Private letters between Carter and his friend, linguist Alan Gardner, from 1922, suggest that some artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb may have been kept by Carter, even though these items were clearly part of the tomb's treasure. This raises questions about ethics in archaeology. Carter was not a mere tomb robber, but a knowledgeable archaeologist with a deep understanding of Egyptian culture. However, a closer look at the letters and information from experts reveals that he might not have fully respected the protocols regarding the preservation and return of artifacts to the Egyptian government. This leads to the suspicion that Carter may have profited from his great discovery, despite his responsibility as a scientist. One clear example is the amulet Carter sent to Alan Gardner in a letter in 1922. Although Carter claimed that the amulet did not come from King Tut's tomb, later studies proved that it was indeed an artifact from the tomb. This not only raised doubts about Carter's honesty, but also reflected a sad reality that some archaeologists did not fully respect the ethical principles in studying and preserving cultural heritage. Furthermore, there were accusations that Carter might have entered the tomb earlier and taken some artifacts before Egyptian officials and experts could access them. Although Carter never publicly confessed or denied this, signs and stories from those around him made the public question whether the excavation was entirely above board. These suspicions not only tarnish Carter's image as an archaeological hero, but also serve as a cautionary tale for the field of archaeology. While he is honored for his significant contribution to discovering King Tut's tomb, Carter's actions have made us more aware of the temptations and ambiguities that can exist in this profession. Ethics in archaeology, like in any other field, is not just a requirement, but the foundation to ensure that humanity's priceless heritage is preserved and treated fairly. Linking to the previous section, the discovery of King Tut's tomb was not just a great archaeological find, but also a profound lesson about the complexities of cultural heritage preservation and the ethical challenges that archaeologists face. The treasures found in the tomb were not only material wealth, but also symbols of power and belief in an ancient civilization. Managing these artifacts requires honesty, transparency, and respect for history.
The Curse of the Pharaoh, particularly the famous curse linked to the tomb of King Tut, is one of the most mysterious stories in archaeological history. Although the tale of this curse has become the subject of many movies and books, no one can be sure whether it truly exists. However, the strange and tragic deaths of those involved in the excavation of Tut's tomb have created a legend that still captures attention today. The Curse of the Pharaoh, according to legend, claims that anyone who disturbs the resting place of an Egyptian king, especially King Tutankhamun, will face terrible misfortune. This is not the same as the stories in movies where mummies come to life to punish intruders. Instead, the curse suggests that those who interfere with the tomb will experience bizarre and tragic deaths. The death of George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, is the most prominent case linked to the curse. Lord Carnarvon helped fund the excavation of King Tut's tomb, and he died just 1 year after the tomb was opened. Although Herbert's death, only a year after the excavation, seemed like a strange coincidence, it fueled belief in the curse. However, medical studies show that Herbert had already been in poor health before coming to Cairo and died from a common illness, not from the curse. This raises an important question. Was Herbert's death truly related to the curse of King Tut, or was it just a remarkable coincidence? Some researchers argue that Herbert's death was not mysterious, but rather a natural medical event, as he had long-standing health issues before arriving in Egypt. Still, for many, Herbert's death remains a key factor in the story of the curse, adding to the mystery and allure of the tomb. In addition to Lord Carnarvon's death, there were several other cases involving those connected to the excavation. Some members of the archaeological team, as well as individuals related to the discovery, are said to have died under unusual or tragic circumstances. This has further fueled the belief in the curse, making the story surrounding King Tut's tomb even more enigmatic and creating a wave of speculation around the events related to it. However, there are opinions that challenge the curse theory. One reason is that, in fact, most of the people involved in the excavation of King Tut's tomb did not die immediately after the tomb was discovered. In fact, many members of the team lived more than 20 years after the event, and Carter himself, the leader of the excavation, lived until 1939, 16 years after the discovery. This has led some researchers and historians to suggest that the curse may have simply been a public relations move by Carter to discourage the curiosity of reporters and keep the tomb and its artifacts out of the public eye. In reality, the strange deaths may just have been coincidences. When a large group of people works in one area for an extended period of time, the likelihood of unusual deaths occurring is inevitable. Therefore, the curse may not have been the true cause of these deaths, but merely a product of public imagination, fueled by the mystique surrounding the discovery. Nevertheless, the story of the curse of the Pharaoh continues to captivate the world and sparks ongoing debate about its authenticity. The mysterious and tragic deaths related to the excavation of King Tut's tomb remain part of the legend, making this tomb one of the most fascinating and mysterious archaeological sites in the world. In the end, whether or not the curse of the Pharaoh is real, the tomb of King Tutankhamun and the stories surrounding it remain an essential part of the world's archaeological heritage. The mysterious deaths only add to the allure of the excavation, ensuring that the secrets of ancient Egypt continue to captivate and spark the imagination of people.
After King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered in 1922, the archaeological finds within it completely changed the way we understand ancient Egyptian civilization. King Tut's tomb not only provided a treasure trove of valuable artifacts, but also revealed significant insights into the beliefs, art, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These discoveries were not merely material treasures, but also contained many secrets that remain unsolved, offering a deeper understanding of the life of the young pharaoh. One of the most prominent and famous discoveries was King Tut's golden death mask. Made of 24-karat gold, the mask features intricate details such as a long beard and a headdress decorated with a cobra and a vulture. This is not only a magnificent work of art, but also carries profound spiritual significance, as it was believed to help King Tut's spirit recognize his body in the afterlife. This golden mask is considered one of the most important and iconic artifacts of ancient Egypt, demonstrating the skill of the craftsmen and artisans of the time. In addition to the golden mask, King Tut's tomb contained thousands of other artifacts, including a throne, statues, jewelry, chariots, weapons, and personal items of the young king. Among these, a beautifully crafted throne with intricate carvings and a golden chariot, believed to have been used in King Tut's daily life, provide a clear view of the life of a pharaoh in that period. Beyond royal items, the tomb of Tutankhamun also contained other fascinating discoveries, such as 4 board games made of ivory, showing that the ancient Egyptians highly valued entertainment and intellect. Particularly notable was a pair of golden sandals, likely never worn in King Tut's lifetime, but symbolizing his royal power and wealth. These items not only served the king in this life, but also had a purpose in preparing him for the afterlife. Additionally, the discovery of trumpets and other musical instruments in the tomb reflects the king's fondness for music. 2 brass trumpets found in the tomb were played during a BBC broadcast in 1935, although they are now too fragile to be used. However, this shows that music played an important role in rituals and daily life in ancient Egypt. In addition to physical artifacts, one of the most significant discoveries after the excavation was the study of King Tut's golden mask. Initially, it was believed that the mask was made entirely of pure gold, but X-ray scans in 1967 and later in 2007 revealed that the mask was actually made from 23-karat gold with a small amount of copper added to make it more malleable and easier to craft. This was a surprising discovery that shed light on the sophisticated metalworking techniques of ancient Egyptians, achieved without modern technology. These discoveries not only provide a deeper insight into King Tut's life, but also offer important information about ancient Egyptian civilization. They allow archaeologists and historians to better understand the religious beliefs, art, and rituals practiced in the lives of the pharaohs. King Tut's tomb is not just a treasure of material wealth, but a repository of knowledge, allowing us to expand our understanding of one of the greatest civilizations in human history.
The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 was not only one of the greatest archaeological finds in history, but also a gateway to the mysterious and fascinating world of ancient Egyptian civilization. The tomb not only provided incredible artifacts, but also served as an invaluable resource that deepened our understanding of the life, beliefs, and art of the ancient Egyptians. From the legendary golden mask to the games, chariots, and intricate jewelry, everything reflects the wealth, power, and complex beliefs of this ancient civilization. However, this discovery also comes with many questions, controversies, and unsolved mysteries. The story of Howard Carter, the archaeologist who discovered the tomb, is not just a tale of archaeological success, but also one that raises doubts about ethics and personal motives during the excavation process. The revelations that Carter may have kept part of the tomb's treasure for himself make us question the responsibility and integrity of archaeologists. Additionally, the famous curse related to King Tut's tomb, though somewhat fanciful, continues to attract significant attention. The strange and tragic deaths of those connected to the excavation of the tomb have only added to the mystery, sparking debates within the scientific community and the public. Nevertheless, despite the unanswered questions and the lingering mysteries, it is undeniable that King Tutankhamun's tomb has made a significant contribution to expanding our understanding of ancient Egypt. The artifacts discovered have helped the world gain deeper insights into the culture, art, and daily life of one of the greatest civilizations in human history. And more than anything, the story of King Tut, his tomb, and the discoveries surrounding it will continue to captivate and spark the imagination of people for centuries to come. King Tut's tomb is not just an archaeological discovery. It is an integral part of humanity's heritage. Each artifact, each story hidden beneath the earth, enriches the picture of ancient Egypt's glorious past, reminding us of the fragility of time. We have gained profound knowledge of this civilization, yet many mysteries remain unsolved, and future discoveries will continue to bring us wondrous surprises.